Hello, welcome to Mummy Mishaps. This is a vlog that I've been thinking about doing for the past week, ever since I saw the lovely Carolyn from Mummy Alarm talk about her New Year's sort of goals and resolutions. I don't really like to broadcast my New Year's resolutions because I find that once I do that, I kind of put too much pressure on myself, and then I find that I'm not very good at following them through. So these aren't really resolutions, they're more sort of aims and goals for what I'd like to achieve for 2017. So they're not in any particular order, and I appreciate that it's now the 11th or 12th today, so I'm a little bit behind in posting this, but sometimes I like to be a bit late to the party, and then it's giving me a bit of time to sort of really think about what I'd like to achieve. So one of the things that I really want to get better at is being a bit more organised with our food as a family. I try it every year thinking, right, this year I'm going to budget my food, make a meal plan, stick to it. So I'm only shopping for the certain ingredients, looking in my food cupboard, looking in the freezer to what we already have, and then make meals around it. But I'm not very good at following it through continually. I know the boys quite like it when I make a meal plan because they quite like seeing it posted up and then they know what they're having every night. But sometimes I find that by the time it gets around to, say, a Wednesday, I don't fancy what I wrote we might be having the Saturday before. So that's why I'm not very good at it. But I keep seeing other blogs and talking to other parents who do it regularly, and I know it saves money, I know it saves time, and it does help to be more organised, especially when, you know, as a family, the kids have after school clubs, and you know, it's just nice to have things organised so you know what you're eating, and you don't get home from school and think, what am I going to do for tea? So I have made a start. I have been going through my freezer and my cupboards and making a list of what I've got, and although I didn't actually write a proper list for this week, I did write down what I had, and I have been sort of using things up in the house. But I think, again, maybe I put too much pressure on myself actually writing down specific meals, and maybe what I need to do, and what I've seen on other blogs that I've been reading, is to just think, for example, Monday is, I don't know, pasta day, Tuesday is chicken, Wednesday could be something to do with sausages because I've always liked that, Thursday, because we have swimming, so maybe that could be an easy tea like a pizza night or a fish finger sandwich night, and then Friday could be a fish dinner because they all like fish, and then the weekends I try and do a roast on a Sunday at the moment, and I try and do a cooked breakfast maybe on one of the days. And the good thing about the roast is then obviously on maybe the Monday I've got some leftovers to make a meal with as well. So I really want to get more organised at my food planning because I know it'll save me time and money, and I'm not a particularly organised person, so I just think that could be an area that could really help. And it would also perhaps help the boys. They know what they're having, they won't come home and expect something completely different because they're a bit fussy. And but I know there are certain meals that we like as a family, and even though I'm following a Slimming World eating plan, there are meals that we can all eat together that I can still join in with as well. So that's one thing. The second thing is, as with every year, just to get a bit fitter, lose a bit of weight. I'm not by any means obese, but I know that compared to where I was this time last year, I have put a few pounds on. By last Christmas, that's Christmas 2015, I'd kind of got back to below my weight that I was when I first had Burton. And then went back in the new year. I'd only put a couple of pounds on over Christmas, which was fine. And then for some reason, I just completely lost it last year. And by the end of the summer holidays, going into September, I'd put on 12 pounds, which isn't very good. And then I thought about giving up Slimming World. I thought maybe I was a bit bored with the food and the sort of, sometimes I find it a bit monotonous having to sort of think about making things all the time, you know, because I'd love to grab a sandwich, but that's not really Slimming World. I had to think of having a potato, and because I started my new job, it was just a case of getting organised. So I kind of sort of towards the end of November, I don't know what happened, but I started going back. Well, I'd already been going, but I went back and started getting weighed and found that I was losing a few pounds every week. And by Christmas, I'd lost 5 pounds. Now, when I went back after Christmas, I'd actually put 5 pounds back on plus a bonus £0.5. But I didn't worry about that too much because I'll be honest, I enjoyed Christmas. I drank mulled wine, and I don't normally drink. I might have indulged in rather a lot of celebration chocolates, something else I don't normally eat. You know, I had full fat roast potatoes, I don't normally have that. I had sandwiches, I wouldn't normally eat that. I had pizza, certainly never eat that. So I had a really nice couple of weeks of really enjoying sort of proper food, if you like, food that the family eat that I normally avoid or make an alternative to. So when I went back last week and found out that I'd put on the 5.5 pounds, I was like, right, well, I'm going to lose that and then hopefully get back to where I was back in 2015, which was 12.5 pounds to lose. So I'm very happy to say that when I went today, I've lost 2 pounds already, so that's a good start. But what I have been doing, which is going back to the about being fitter, is I'm trying to do 10,000 steps a day. It's amazing how you can rank up 10,000 steps quite easily in a day, just pottering around the house. As long as I've got an app on my phone, I don't have a Fitbit or anything. As long as it's on me, I find it's amazing how much just walking around the house, maybe go and do some food shopping. I'm working at the school as a mealtime assistant. So it's amazing how many steps I do in the playground, and I make myself do more. I don't just stand around. I'm always sort of walking around and making sure I'm getting my steps up. And I decided to try and go for 10,000. So because we've obviously got our dog now, I'm trying to literally take the boys to school, and then before I come home, I'm taking the dog straight out for a walk, and I'm trying to do at least 5,000 steps on the walk. So I know I've only got to do 5,000 then through work and walking around the house and all the other stuff. And I've been really pleased because this week alone I've managed to get as much as 14,000 on one day, and 12,000 and 13,000. So I do feel that I feel better for that. I do feel that I'm upping my fitness because I don't really have the time to go to classes or the gym, and that costs money, but this is free. And today, I'll be honest, it's pouring with rain. I haven't been out with the dog, but I've still managed to do nearly 7,000 steps. So that's something, you know, that's quite easy to do. So the other sort of aim for this year is to build on my YouTube channel. Hello. I took part in Vlogmas over Christmas. I can't say that my videos were brilliant. It was a bit like this, just basically talking to the camera or doing a bit of filming out and about with the boys. And then obviously trying to edit it and put it up. I've got a few things to learn from that, and I need to sort of watch more YouTube videos really and get a few ideas. But I think that's an area that I'd quite like to improve on. I don't want to vlog every day, but I'd like to try and do one maybe once a week, and maybe join in with some other vloggers on some community sort of memes or linkies. And you know, I've got a few ideas that I'm thinking about maybe trying to start up soon. I'd also like to do a few more recipes on my YouTube channel. I do have a few, if you want to scroll down. I've got a few recipes that I've tried to do. It's just finding the time at the moment because obviously with the weather not being great and it's darker early, it's just hard trying to find the time, fitting it in around everything else. But I do want to try and do maybe one a month, so that is another aim that I want to do. As far as my blog's concerned, I'm quite happy with that really. I'm not blogging on quite as much at the moment because of vlogging and real life and everything else. I'm usually blogging sort of twice or 3 times a week unless I've got some sort of work in, which I haven't got that much at the moment. But yeah, I think that's not going too bad. So I think my blog and vlogging, just to try and sort of improve my social media and get better with my photography for my food, try and get some, I've got a few recipe ideas I want to try and make and get featured. Excuse me. And then and just try and get a bit more organised in general. I'm not a very good, when I used to have a job in an office, I had to be organised. I had to make lists. I had to stick to my lists, and I've just sort of not very good at doing that in my own life. So, you know, like I've got a calendar from my brother, which I haven't even opened yet. I need to get that. So that's another resolution. Like, get my calendar out, actually use it, put dates on there, write things down, school trips, after school clubs, parties, because, you know, I am rubbish at remembering. Drink more. This app is also prompting me to drink more water. So that's another thing that I need to do, because I know that although I drink lots of tea, I've become a little bit slack on drinking water. So I'm trying to drink more water. Try and get a bit better with the housework. I don't know if that one's really going to improve, but I'm going to try. And I know that Carolyn mentioned this as well, and I think, again, just try and be more photos with the boys. I did feature, obviously I'm doing vlogging, so that's kind of me on camera, but I need to get some more photos of me and the boys as well, because I'm very good at taking photos of them and their dad, but I'm not very good at getting behind the camera myself. I think that's it really. I don't think, I think sometimes it's also good to say these things out loud. Now I've done it. They're nothing amazing, but I think just little personal goals. It's good to have a few things in your mind to sort of aim towards, and yeah, that's it really. So hopefully this year will be about improve my YouTube channel, get better at vlogging, get better with my food photography and ideas, get better with my food planning and menu planning. That is a big one, because I do spend too much money on food. It's not that we live excessively, and it's not like I buy loads of alcohol or top quality this and that. I'm always shopping because I don't meal plan, so that's what I need to get better at. So yes, in the process, try and do at least 10,000 steps a day, if not more. And just be more organised in life in general. So that's it really. If you've got any New Year's resolutions you'd like to share with me, please make a comment below, and thank you for watching.